he came in with a little bit of a delay in diagnosis. He was already 2 weeks of age when we discovered that he was very, very sick. And I remember noting that he was born the day before I was. I think I always felt a little bit attached to him as a Gemini. His first operation was a palliative operation.
Yeah, it was the next spring when he started to really have some issues and came back for another surgery.
His heart defect was so complicated, but everything was there. The only thing he didn't have was 2 pumping chambers. And it was that operation that was challenging and big and led to him being sick again, but not unexpectedly sick. The care of patients who have a single ventricle, I think, is one area where the American Heart Association has had a huge impact.
I think the educational piece has been important too, because without the help of the AHA, it would be a little more difficult for us to reach out to these families and to educate them and provide the necessary tools for them to learn about these complicated defects.
Yeah, and not only what they have, but how to take care of them. Yeah. You know, the parents become our nursing and medical staff. Really, for Colin's first year of life, things seemed to be cruising along. And in September, when he went on the extracorporeal membrane oxygenator, that device that artificially supported his heart and his lungs for a short period of time when he really decompensated, we knew that the handwriting had been etched into the wall that despite rigorous heart failure therapies, he was not going to survive without getting a transplant.
October 6th of last year, he got his new heart. It comes into the room and it's cold and it's pale and it's lifeless.
And it's covered in ice.
And it's in ice. And then to see it start to get pink when there's warm blood flow flowing back through it, and to see it start beating on its own, and to be this happy, healthy, 4-chambered heart beating in this little chest, it just gives me goosebumps every time I see it. There's no words to describe it. It's amazing.
It's fascinating to me that these hearts grow.
Right.
That you put in a baby's heart that's the size of a walnut, and when they're a teenager, it's the size of a baseball.
In the operating room before we went in, I took pictures of Colin's hands, his fingers, to show his mom and dad. And they were blue and they were clubbed and they just didn't look normal. As soon as we pulled the drapes back, he was still asleep. I took a picture of his hands and I sent it to his parents because he was pink. His fingers were pink, and it was just the coolest thing. Mom was pregnant and she was due any time. And as it turned out, he got through transplant before labor happened. He was 2 weeks post-op, and Mom went into labor and delivered his baby sister. And we brought the baby up to the room with him. We brought in a second bed, so Mom and baby and Colin and Dad, they all hung out together and got to have their bonding and family time. The grace that they have, they're a young couple, but they're a very mature and wise couple.
It's to his credit and his parents' credit and our team's credit and maybe somebody else's credit. You'd look at him and you wouldn't know any of that stuff ever happened, and that boggles my mind.
Oh, it has been so amazing to watch him go from this weak little boy that couldn't stand up and have these little tiny chicken-bone legs that we didn't think we'd be able to hold him up to walk, to see him now running and playing. And I'm excited for his first t-ball game. And I'm excited to see him go to school and do anything and everything he wants to do.